I am Pella, a name I gave myself when I was 10 years old in that attic of Class 8B in Loreto Convent, Darjeeling. It was then I imagined myself if there would be a future and someone would ask me, "What are you wearing?" I would say, "It is Pella." Little did I know then that 20 years down the line, I would have founded my label with the very same name, the name I gave myself. Looking back, I was just a naive girl who was dreaming because you could dream that time. You had no worry, no responsibility, so you could be a dreamer. I'm glad then that I had my sister Pratibha who told me about NIFT. It's National Institute of Fashion Technology, the only design school for fashion in India at the time. When I first heard about it, I just wanted it. I just had to be there, and that was it. I've realized over time that when you do want something, unknowingly or knowingly, you do things which actually make you closer to that particular vision you have in mind. Somehow, those small moments, those tiny moments, be it those small fittings during a concert in school, or the very fact that I took arts with maths and economics, it actually it helped me during my later years when I was doing my business. So I'm actually glad to say that everything, whatever happens in your life, does take you there, it does mean something, even if it's a very tiny, minute detail. What I'm trying to say is, when I look back to my school days, there was one moment in my life. It was the time when Mrs. Subba gave me the small card before passing out, I believe. I was in the library, this very well-lit library of Loreto. I opened that card and time paused. As I reread what was written, it said, "Your dreams are not that big a dream unless you can laugh at it." Ever since, it has actually somehow it's embedded in me that it is true. If you cannot laugh at your dream, then it is just a goal. It's right in front of you. You can just do it. So you need to dream. So whether you're a 10-year-old or a 40-something, if you want to do something, do it. If you've always wanted to write a novel, please pick up that pen and start writing. If you love video games, you could become the coolest game developer in the world or in the country. If you love music or art or acting, please go record that demo you've always wanted. Apply to Juilliard if you may. No name is too big a dream, or no name is too big that you cannot do it, because everything is possible if you just believe. You just need to take that first step. You need to dip that foot inside water and let that ripple clear. The second thing what I wanted to share today is this time in school again. For the very first time, I raised my hand and said, "Yes, I can do it." This was something I wanted to try because Mrs. Oja told us in class, you need to take responsibilities. You need to say, yes, you can do it if you want to. And there was this time when there was a vacant place for someone to represent our school for an inter-school fest for art. And I did not think much. I just raised my hand and said yes. It was also then that Art of Living instilled in me that yes, you can. So yes, ever since I've actually said yes to opportunities, yes to challenges, when you know not what's to come, but still you make it happen. When, for the very first time, I said the 3-letter word YES, I realized there's no going back. It's like you've said it, you've made a commitment, and you're like, I have to do it. I have to make it happen. So yes, even if you cannot help someone, even if you say, yes, I can help you, you'll figure it out how later, and you'll actually do it. So here's to saying, yes, I can. Because when you do that, half the battle is already won. The third thing I'd like to mention today is you need to take that distance. You need to go that distance. You need to run that extra mile. Looking back, when I was applying for my Gen X application for Lakme Fashion Week India, I had to send samples for my second phase of selection. So I did not want to be late. Obviously, I wanted to get it there at the nick of deadline. So in all the hastiness, I somehow did one wrong stitch. A mistake. I was the only one who could see it, but I knew it was there. I somehow packed it because I had to send the courier, and I sent it off. It was 2 whole months of gruesome work, hard work that I wanted to just take rest and have fun with my friends. Little did I know, the very next day I would wake up, and while washing my face, I had a deja vu where tears blurred my vision, and I realized the only reason why I would not make it to the final cut would be that single stitch. So I cried, I was crying. I just knew that I had to stop that parcel somehow. I did not know how, but I needed to. All my friends and family looked at me in disbelief, asking why. But I knew I needed to. Yes, I called up the courier service. It was a Sunday, I remember. So courier services are usually closed in India that time. Somehow I managed to tell them, please hold the courier. Only to get informed that it had already reached Mumbai. So I'm based out of Bangalore. So yes, I did exactly that. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I booked my flight to Mumbai. I went to the warehouse where my friend was waiting for me, my friend Ame. I went there before the official hours, impatiently waiting for my parcel so that I can fix what I had to do. Yes, I took it. I opened it, redid it, re-ironed it, packed it, and taped it and delivered it to the IMG reception myself. It was surreal and crazy hectic, but I'm so glad I did that, because at that moment when I delivered it, I felt satisfaction, I felt like happy, because I knew I had done my part. So what I'm trying to tell you is, whatever you do, you need to give it your absolute. Be it whatever you love. You need to run that mile. You need to go the distance. You need to do that. And surprisingly, when you love something, you do it naturally. You will not even know that you're doing it, but you do it because you love it so much. So find that passion. Find it, because when you do, that is the single most thing which will fuel you at your lowest low. There will be dire circumstances, dire times when you will ask yourself, is this what you want to do? Is this really what you want to be? Are you happy doing what you do? And at that low point, you'll smile at yourself and say, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm happy doing this, and this is the very reason I do what I do. So find that. And that is the only way and the only reason why people would not stop what they're doing. We hear about so many people, leaving. They start something, they leave it. The only sole reason being that was not exactly what they wanted after all. So search, keep on searching, for you will get there someday. The fourth, I guess, the last, but not the least, I'd like to bring to light that as you find your greatness, you create a ripple effect to everyone around you, so that everyone around you also starts searching for their own greatness. So yes, when you shine and pursue what you love, everyone around you does the same. What more can you do than light that fire inside someone else's heart? What more can you do than let someone else feel that their dream can come true? Their dream can become real too. What more can you do than let a person take that leap of faith because they believe? So I stand here before you today to tell you, when I can do it, you can do it too. I am going to turn 30 tomorrow, and I'm so glad to tell you that your dreams will come real. You might be living the dream that you've only dreamt of. So yes, dream because you can. And for dreams have the magic and the power to manifest. Thank you.